2 days of searching from air and sea have failed to find a trace of the missing aircraft. Today's focus was on 280 square miles of sea which was identified as a likely crash site. But even with good visibility and relatively calm conditions, nothing of note was spotted. This is the Piper Malibu plane they're looking for. A clue to what happened on board on Monday night came from a chilling audio message Emiliano Sala sent to friends in Argentina.
Así que nada, muchachos, estoy acá arriba del avión que parece que se está por caer a pedazos y me estoy yendo para acá y loco que mañana así ya arrancamos a la tarde arrancamos a entrenar, muchachos, tenemos equipo, cualquier cosa. Así que, ¿cómo andan ustedes de momento? ¿Todo bien? Si en 1 hora y media no tienen novedades mías, no sé si van a mandar a alguien a buscarme porque no me van a encontrar, pero ya saben, papá, es mi RT.
Salah had just signed for Cardiff City at the weekend. The agent involved in the record-breaking transfer said he arranged for the plane to take the player back to Nantes and then wait for a couple of days to return him to Cardiff.
No, que estaba muy contento, que iba a ser...
I spoke with him on Sunday. He was very happy because he was going to start a new career. I wished him good luck and to keep playing well. But the news I got today is something that I can hardly believe.
The manufacturers of the plane say they will cooperate with the investigation, but there have been more than 200 accidents involving Piper Malibus over the past 35 years and more than 50 fatalities, some caused by problems with ice and the fuselage breaking up in flight. The pilot was David Ibbotson from Scunthorpe. Although qualified, was only a part-time pilot, working as a gas engineer while also taking skydivers into the air.
It's 100 nautical miles from the north coast of France to the south coast of England, around Southampton, Portsmouth. It's in fact the longest channel crossing you can do. To do that in a single-engine aircraft, at night, in winter, and at low level, is a highly risky thing to do.
Salah never completed his journey from Nantes to Cardiff. Welsh fans never got to know their record signing. But the French supporters who've watched him play for the past 4 seasons continue to mourn his loss. A decision will be made on whether to resume the search for wreckage in the morning. Ian Woods, Sky News.
Residents in Zimbabwe's second city of Bulawayo have accused soldiers of continuing to beat people, despite a promise from President Emerson Mnangagwa to investigate the security services. Opposition activists say that at least a dozen people have been killed and hundreds arrested since protests began 10 days ago over an increase in fuel prices. Our Africa correspondent John Sparks reports now from Bulawayo.
A week of protest, violence and national trauma started here, in Zimbabwe's second biggest city. Collective fury in Bulawayo, triggered by the hike in the cost of fuel, led to widespread rioting and looting.
We're just getting indoors. We cannot move from one house to another place because we're scared.
Shops and businesses in large swathes of the city were destroyed or stripped bare.
They take everything.
Business owners told Sky News they were abandoned by the police and the military for the first 3 or 4 days. Officers doing little, it seems, in a city dominated by the opposition MDC party.
Some 80% of the food outlets in the working class areas of Bulawayo were destroyed. That's not just looted. The capacity of these businesses to open again was effectively ended because their fridges were destroyed, fridge compressors were taken away, angle grinders were used to break down steel doors, and so their businesses have been trashed.
Zimbabwe's president, Emerson Mnangagwa, has promised to prosecute members of the army or the police who were found guilty of misconduct. But they have little to fear in Bulawayo. Instead, it's members of the public who are being rounded up and arrested. Lawyers told us 500 people have been detained in the past few days. We found Naholo Maposa outside court, carrying a toothbrush and some basic supplies for her brother, Joseph. He ran as a candidate in the last election, but was arrested on Sunday for organising a protest.
We're just waiting for them to tell us what's going to happen, because I don't have hope. I thought today it was going to be a trial day, but there's nothing. They keep on postponing the days.
The authorities have re-emerged in Bulawayo, and Sky News has heard and seen evidence of systematic raids and punishment beatings in the city's suburbs. The police and the military came to this neighbourhood at 8 p.m. last night, and they went door to door administering beatings. A lot of people here who say they were told to lie on the ground while they were struck with batons. The people here are traumatized.
I met those guys. Where are you coming from? I said, I'm going home. They say it's after dark. Lie down. And then 9 guys hitting me, baton sticks and everything. Come on, Zimbabwe. Is this Zimbabwe? I'm so I don't know. I'm looking for a word.
I'm asking, what did I do wrong? But they were continuously beating me, and I don't know what to do now, because I'm scared.
These are arbitrary and unjustified attacks in a country trying to sell itself as a democracy. John Sparks, Sky News in Bulawayo.
Let's have a look at some of the day's other news now. Donald Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, has announced he will postpone giving testimony to Congress and accuse the president of taking part in a campaign of intimidation against him and his family.
No, I would say he's been threatened by the truth. He's only been threatened by the truth, and he doesn't want to do that probably for me or other of his clients. He has other clients also, I assume, and he doesn't want to tell the truth for me or other of his clients.
A court has heard how 4 former bosses at the very top of Barclays hid £322 million paid in fees to Qatar during the 2008 financial crisis. The money was paid in fees after so-called essential investments of nearly $4 billion were made by the Qataris to Barclays. During the referendum, campaigners in favour of leaving the European Union pointed to a bright future where the UK could strike new trade deals with countries around the world. The International Trade Secretary has taken that message to the Swiss ski resort of Davos, where many world and business leaders had gathered for the World Economic Forum.
It is impossible to walk through Davos without seeing this, a huge banner promoting the value of free trade. It was put here by the British government. Today, one of the Cabinet's most ardent Brexiteers was here to explain why.
I think it's great that people, as you see here, are talking about the fact that these are great big British posters with the Union flag on them, defending the concept of free trade, and of course with the US not here, that leaves us as the champions outspokenly for free trade.
Britain has a big poster, but other countries have set up lavish mini embassies in Davos to sell themselves to the world. Ukraine sent over the mayor of Kiev, a former world champion boxer. Britain does have political heavyweights here, but the best known are now retired from government. Instead, UK diplomacy goes on behind the scenes. With the clock ticking down towards Brexit, the UK's government officials will be holding talks here with other politicians and business leaders. But those meetings won't be held in public. Instead, they'll take place behind this door, in an office in a Davos hotel. And here is that office, a modest setting for Britain's charm offensive. Visitors get tea, biscuits, and a chat about Brexit. Because for many here, it does need explaining. Procter & Gamble is the corporate giant behind Fairy Liquid, Gillette and Pampers. The European boss told Sky News he was nervous.
Are we worried? Yes, we are worried. What we're hoping for is that common sense will prevail. We are indeed raising our inventory level across all of the different sites we're having in the UK to ensure that the consumption can continue, purchase can continue in a smooth and effective way.
And that's code for stockpiling in case of a disruptive no-deal Brexit. And preparations don't come cheap. Bank of America is one of the biggest banks in the world. The boss told me he'd spent $400 million getting ready for Brexit.
For a short period of time, it'll be a little hard to figure out how to get things done, and that'll cause disruption. So we have extra liquidity, we have extra people ready to work. We don't know what the volumes will be and the trading venues and things like that based on that. But I think that'll be a short time, and then you'll get back to it. And the fundamental question will be how the country will compete in the world domain.
There are many here baffled by how a country can champion free trade while simultaneously leaving the world's biggest trading bloc. For them, that is the Brexit paradox. Adam Parsons, Sky News, Davos.
You're watching Sky News. Coming up, find out how James Anderson proved key for England on the opening day of their third test against the West Indies.